Stop number 6 on the NNSCRA Pizza Hut Truck Series brings us to Sonoma, California. Sonoma Raceway is where we're at here today. As for the first time of the season in this series, we're going to be going left and right because it's the first road course race of the season, the first of 4 on the schedule. As we'll be heading to here, then the second road race will be at Riverside, the third will be at Heartland Park, and the fourth will be at Watkins Glen. They'll be scattered out as the seasons go on too. But anyway, today is Sonoma for race number 6 of the season, as we're here today for 17 laps of racing. And on the pole for this race, it's actually the Batsons on the front row for this race, both Kat and Keith. Keith's on the pole, Kat's on the outside in 88 and 98 trucks here for this race. Second row sees Quentin Moore, number 6, and number 9, Seth Cole. Seth has one of our in-truck cameras in today's race, as will this man, Dylan Young, in number 2 in his Chevrolet, and Daniel Bouchard in 87 has the outside. Fourth row sees Nathan Orman in number 24, and Kev Shear in 54 has the outside. Next row down has Joshua Osborne in number 10, and the man who Osborne won this season at Martinsville. Beside him is Carson Gum in number 99. Next row is Matt McIntyre in 52 and number 21, Cole Deaver. Next row down has Johnny Gardner in 29 and Kyle Matthews in 44. Matthews is our third in-truck camera in today's race. Next row is Zachary Fitzwater in 68. He'll be alongside number 75, Jesse Turner, who won the season at Daytona. Next row, Stephen Colon in number 23 and number 74, James Sykes. Pair of Chevrolets in that row. Next row has William Brock in the Mobile One Toyota, truck number 4. He's flanked by number 13. It is Vale Moscow in the Tenda Pet Care Products Ford. His or her, I can't think of which one is which. Anyway, truck number is 13 on that truck. Next row is Laura Chung in the Dex Imaging Toyota number 51. She'll be flanked by truck number 16. It is Nathan Hudson. Next row is Matt Haas in 18 and number 7, Ashlyn Boyd. Pair of Toyotas in that row. Next row down has John Andrews in number 40 and number 00, Paul Minnick. Next row down has number 11, Mitchell Collins, and number 19, it is Rob Evans. Next row down has Jacob Thibodeau in 33 and Pedro Lucas in 17. Next row, Diego Yepes in 45 and number 3, Phil Parker. Next row is Roberto Crown Jr. in number 8 and number 15, Brad Stover. And then starting shotgun will be truck number 38. It is Scott Upton. So that's the starting lineup for today's race here at Sonoma. So far 5 races in the season and some pretty good, some great racing so far out of these trucks. We hope to see the same thing here today at Sonoma. And here's the starting lineup. We gave you a starting lineup already. Blah. Here's the command of Fire the Engines here today for the first road course race of the season.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
That should be ladies and gentlemen, because we got a lady on the front row for this race here. As the pace truck leads him down for the pace lap, we'll be back for the start after this. From high above the copper cam here, you see the field going through turn number 11 here at Sonoma Raceway. Getting ready for the start here as the pace truck heads on pit road. And for the first time of the season, let's go road racing here at Sonoma. Green flag flies and we are underway. Here they come through the 7th corner here at Sonoma Raceway. That's where we saw a lot of action in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series race on my own channel. So far, so good for everybody else, and looks like everybody made it through turn number 7 okay. So Keith Batson is the leader of the race right now. Second position right now belonging to his wife, Kat. Third is Quentin Moore. Fourth position is Seth Cole. Fifth position right now belonging to Dylan Young with Daniel Bouchard in sixth position. Seventh right now is Nathan Orman. Kev Shearer is in 8th spot. Ninth is Joshua Osborne. And 10th is Matt McIntyre. That's how they run right now. We actually complete the first lap unscathed, or, well, actually didn't complete the first lap unscathed. We had a yellow flag. To start things off, John Andrews. And number 40 looks like it was the casualty of the crash. I thought we actually made it through the first lap unscathed, but here, because I thought that's every truck make it through okay. And the action happened coming off the going through the S's this time. Okay, well, the first caution we had in the Hunt Brothers truck race was actually in the 7th corner. John Andrews almost got turned by Paul Minnick. Then Minnick, staying on the outside of the racetrack, staying up on the back bumper of the 40 truck, he starts to make it 2 wide, but then Rob Evans decides to make it 3 wide there, tries to, which you can't do at Sonoma, and then here comes Minnick. He gets turned around by Evans, backs right into John Andrews' truck. Poor John Andrews had nowhere to go in that whole deal, and then Minnick just leaves the scene of the crime, so to speak, but and left John Andrews sitting there, but finally gets his truck back going. So really no harm, no foul, but interesting to see how bad that number 40 truck is crippled there when we get the green flag racing here. So Pace truck has made its way on the pit road here as we reset the running order for you here. Keith Batson is your leader. Kat Batson second position. Third right now is Kat Batson wants a piece of her brother of her husband Keith there on the restart, doesn't she? Third is Quentin Moore. Fourth is Seth Cole, and Dylan Young runs fifth as the green flag flies. We'll be back underway on lap number 4 here at Sonoma Raceway as they come to the start-finish line. Green flag back out. We're back underway as the Batsons run first and second right now here at Sonoma. Cat tries to swing a little bit wide there. Come there. Quentin Moore's up on our back bumper for that number 2 spot here. But now Seth Cole decides to go up to the high side, tries to get past Quentin. But Quentin pulls ahead there, but Seth's not giving up there. Now he's under fire from Dylan Young in the number 2 truck. As they come up through turn number 5, there's turn 6 right there. And they're heading for the always exciting turn 7 here at Sonoma. Batson now leads them through there, or should I say both the Batsons lead them through. So far, so good through that corner. Here, Carson Gunn goes into Johnny Gardner for position. Oh, Diego Yepes, Jacob Thibodeau, and Roberto Crown Jr. They were 3 wide through there, but they made it through okay, and so nobody's crashed, and we are still green flag for the time being. As Keith Batson continues to lead him down through turn number 11, and we've been ready for the complete lap number 4 of this race. So you got Ford's first and second for the time being, then a Chevrolet in third, a Toyota in fourth, and a Chevy in fifth. Lap speeds here at Sonoma just a little under 95 miles per hour around this 2.52 mile racetrack here. The other 3 tracks we'll be going to on the circuit, though, well, 2 of them actually will see over 100 miles an hour, that being Riverside and Watkins Glen. But the if you know the Heartland Park Topeka Road course, that track's a little bit twisty and turny in both sides of that course, and you'll see what I mean when we get to that track. And that race will be about, let me count here, about 6 races from now, so we'll be heading to Charlotte next on the tour. Then after Charlotte will be Dover. Then after Dover will be Riverside. After Riverside will be Milwaukee. Then the short track at Colorado. And then the road course at Heartland Park. See how everybody does to that 7th corner here as Cole Deaver backs off a little bit on Joshua Osborne coming through that corner. Comes Matt Haas inside of James Sykes. Ashlyn Boyd inside of Laura Chung. Scott Upton trying to pick up a spot on Diego Yepes in the 45 truck. There you see John Andrews in the 40. He and Paul Minnick, they're not pleased with each other right now. Especially Andrews not pleased with Paul Minnick. Seems as though Andrews was just casually trying to pass on through it, and that whole deal with where Minnick got spun, but then Minnick backs right into the 40 of Andrews, and Andrews had nowhere and wondered what the flip happened. So John Andrews kind of playing intimidator right now on Paul Minnick with a damaged up truck there and no hood, no less, but still. I say those two may have words in the garage area, and I say Minnick may have some words on with Rob Evans as well, making it 3 wide through off turn number 7. There's Mitchell Collins in the 11 truck. He and Pedro Lucas are off pace for some reason. Lucas in the 17 truck and Mitchell Collins in the 11. Both had unscheduled stops for some reason on the restart, so those two are running 34th and 35th right now. As we have 6 laps in the books, or 5 laps in the books, I should say, right now, as everybody goes through that dreaded turn 7. Carson Gum and Kyle Matthews battling up for a spot right there. Here comes everybody else. Rob Evans closing up on Nathan Hudson in the 16 truck. And now here they come for turn number 11. Keith Batson continues to lead his race here. He pulls up a lap of 95.2 miles per hour the last time by, at least here at Sonoma. So he and his wife Kat out for a bit of a Sunday drive here today in the Sonoma Valley, just northeast of San Francisco. In a part of the country, and a part of the state they call the wine country per se, and they do make wine out near the track as well too, and some of the finest out here in the state of California. And a multi-purpose facility it is here. You got not only do you have the road course here where we're at today, but also a driving school and a drag strip where the NHRA holds one of their events in late July. So this really is a multi-purpose facility that's dated back to as far back as the late 60s here at Sonoma as well too. Kat Batson not letting her husband Keith get too far ahead, though. It's 3/4 of a second between the front 2 trucks. As everybody makes it through there, let's see if everybody else, see how many side-by-side battles we're going to have right there. Fitzwater pulling up the back bumper of Kyle Matthews' truck. There's Jesse Turner in 75. They're all coming through there nice and easy out through there, too. So looks to me like some single file racing going on here as we watch the 88 and 98 trucks make it through turn number 11 and about to complete lap number 7, so we're down to 10 laps to go here at Sonoma, but the laps here about a minute and a half in length to my knowledge here, so 10 laps at Sonoma is actually going to be quite a while, as opposed to if you were like running 10 laps at Martinsville or Bristol, some of the short tracks we run, then 10 laps can fly by in a hurry on those tracks, but not at a track like Sonoma or any other road course we run on the circuit. Kat Batson actually chopped in on her husband's lead a little bit that time by. It's now 55 hundredths of a second, a little over half a second between those 2 trucks. Both trucks made out of the KAB Enterprises stable from up in the state of Maine, and they're all Ford. That bunch is. So it looks like nothing going on through turn number 7 right now. we gave it a top 5 already here. 6th position right now is Daniel Bouchard. 7th spot right now is Nathan Ormond. 8th is Kev Shearer. 9th is Joshua Osborne. And 10th is Cole Deaver. That's how they run right now. Inside with Cole Deaver, number 21. That's through turn number 11 they go right here. And there's the look from Kyle Matthews' view right there. There he is. Number 44 truck. Matthews running 14th right now in the number 44 N29 Toyota. That's the Natalie Decker truck he's driving. Up ahead of him is Carson Gum in 13th position, Johnny Gardner in 12th, and Matt McIntyre running in 10th spot right now. And there's the back bumper cam from Matthews' view. That's through turn number 4 he's at right now. Turn 5. And downhill for turn 6. And down about 77 miles an hour through that area. Back inside with Kyle. Goes through turn number 7. And he drives down there at about 45 miles an hour in second gear. That's the third gear right there, then down through turn 8A. There's turn 9 up there. On the brakes a little bit. That's turn 10 right there. 110 miles an hour off that turn. And down to about 45 miles an hour in second gear in that part of the corner. And now he's on the throttle for the front stretch. He's in 4th gear, but only briefly going as he now makes it up through turn number 2. And down about 65 miles an hour in second gear in turn number 2. Still giving chase to the 2099 car of Carson Gum. There's look at Quentin Moore's truck. Quentin Moore's truck, unsponsored, in that number 6 machine. So running really good right now. Quentin Moore, a huge Morgan Shepherd fan, of course. Even though he's now driving he's driving a Norm Benning truck in this race here. But Quentin can take his ride any way he'll get it. It seems like too. Sponsored or unsponsored, he really doesn't matter to him. Heading up through turn number 11 they go again. It's still the Batsons, Keith and Kat, first and second. Quentin Moore not letting those two get far ahead though. Through the margins this time by between the front 2 trucks, Keith still leads. And his advantage over Cat, 65 hundredths of a second right now through turns 1 and 2. There is turn 2, I should say here. Averaging so far just a little over 72 miles an hour here. So now they'll slow down by 1 caution flag. That happened back on lap number 1, but we have been clean and green so far since. And that's a little different story than what we had in the Hunt Brothers Pizza Truck Series race, the race on the series on my channel. Race from 1985, that is, and in that race we had about 3 caution flags in the first 8 laps in that race because it kept spinning through turn 7 on that part of the track. So, and I thought for sure I thought we was never going to get a green flag run happening on this track there, but eventually we did. So, and the race eventually did finish under green, thank goodness, but still. Check and see what everybody's running at right now. There's Fitzwater, Turner, Cologne, Brock, Sykes, Laura Chung. There's Ashlyn Boyd in the 7 truck. He's running right now in 21st position. Bell Moscow in 22nd. And there's a battle right there. Matt Haas, Rob Evans, and Nathan Hudson. Hudson goes to the... Watching all this with action right there. As Evans in the 19 goes inside of Matt Haas in the 18 truck, a pair of Toyotas and a Chevrolet following behind them. Haas trying to stay ahead of Evans as they go through turn number 9. And is Evans going to outbreak him? No, he is not. There, Haas pulls ahead, but now Evans actually is also in jeopardy of losing a spot to Nathan Hudson in 16. And here comes Hudson. Look at that move! Oh, brother, what power Nathan Hudson had in the 16 truck as he poured on the power through turn number 11, outbraked both Evans and Matt Haas, and says, "Bye-bye, you two. I'm gonna take off and lead you guys." And so, a tremendous move by the number 16 truck here as we watch Haas and Evans still at it here. Jacob Thibodeau's now watching all this from his position, as Evans still not giving up on trying to get by Matt Haas, the number 18 truck, as they go through turn number 4. Heading downhill. Here comes Evans to the low side on Matt Haas, and Evans this time does get past Matt Haas, so good passing spot in turn number 6 right there. And that's a spot that you never thought you'd see a pass made over there. And now Thibodeau gets by the 18 truck as well too. But here comes yeah, Haas put the bumper to Thibodeau, and he didn't like what Thibodeau did to him. Probably saying something like, "You sneaky son of a..." Yeah. Anyway, Diego Yepes, I'm sure he was having a ball watching all this too. He's running 27th right now. 28th is Roberto Crown Jr. 29th is Scott Upton. And 30th right now is Phil Parker. That's how they run right now. 31st is Brad Stover. 32nd is Paul Minnick. 33rd, John Andrews. 34th is Mitchell Collins. And Pedro Lucas right now runs in 35th. As we continue to watch the battle, as we continue to watch the front 2 cars, it's still nothing changed. It's still the Batsons 1-2 as they have dominated this race so far. They dominated practice, dominated happy hour, and dominated qualifying with Keith and Kat sitting on the front row. Keith was the pole sitter for the event at a speed of just a little over 94 miles an hour around this racetrack here at Sonoma. And quite a crew that the Batsons have got too. There here, of course, Keith's brother Russ, a crew chief on that machine right there. Of course, you got also the family there too. Becca Tellier. You know, Becca Tellier's in there bunch, and that bunch too. That's Kat's part of Kat's family, I should say, as well as Jason Haywood on that crew too. And of course, Becca and Jason do occasionally drive some, mainly in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and as well too. But those are the crew members from the Batson team right there, and a pretty formidable bunch too. No question about it. Keith will probably tell you that. And as far as who wins, as far as who they pick to win on this bunch, it's no deals. They pretty much race for it. But right now, I'm sure Quentin Moore, Seth Cole, and that rest of that bunch they're getting sick and tired of looking at the back end of those 2 Fords as well too. As we go on board with Seth Cole, the number 9 truck, he runs right now in 4th position. Down through turn number 4. It's kind of strange, of course. You look at the front. You look at the front 4 trucks right there. None of those 4 drivers consider themselves good road racers. Neither here. And of course, Quentin Moore actually even told me after he won Watkins Glen once in the Castrol GTX Cup Series that Quentin was actually really surprised because Quentin told me he was really surprised he won Watkins Glen that season too, because that was in his championship year too. I might add as well. But he said that he never thought of himself as a road racer at all. And Seth doesn't think himself as one neither, but yet here he is in 4th position right now, having a pretty good run at number 9 Liberty University Toyota. That is the 2015-2016 William Byron truck he's driving here as he comes down to turn number 11. One of the 2 hairpins on this course here as Keith, or I should say, Seth now tries to close up on Quentin Moore, but no dice right there. Dylan Young just up behind him in the 5th position and number 2. Danny Bouchard in 87. He's running in 6th position. Nathan Orman is still 7th. 8th is still Kev Shearer. 9th is Joshua Osborne. And 10th position is still Cole Deaver basically everybody has gotten themselves single file right now. So as we're now coming down to the closing laps, now we're down to 3 to go right now. It'll be 2 to go this time by. Off the 6th corner they come here. Madsen. The Madsen's right now heading for that 7th corner. Anyways, got a battle going on right there in the back in the pack here. No battle so far yet. There's the good view of Sonoma right there. You saw the background where GoPro and O'Reilly and all those signs were. That was the drag strip that we talked about here at Sonoma. John Andrews and Matt Haas spelling it back there, right there, and there's Mitchell Collins and Pedro Lucas right there. They're trying to close up on the trucks of Andrews and Haas. Two laps to go. By the way, for the Batsons here, Keith and Kat, as we watched this battle, this is way back in the back too, right there. Andrews running 33rd position, Matt Haas running 30th right now. And there's Mitchell Collins trying to get around John Andrews right now, the 40 truck here, as Andrews trying to fight for his life right there, I guess you might say, the number 40 truck, trying to salvage what he can in this race. But like I said, I'm sure he and Like I said, I'm sure he and Paul Minnick and Rob Evans are going to have some words in the garage here after what happened in the first lap of this race here. But like I said, we've been clean and green the whole rest of the time here. And Andrews, I'm sure, getting Mitchell Collins all fired up right now. And Collins is not liking all this too. He's saying, out of my way, John. I'm trying to pass you. Here they come through turn number 6 right there. Now this is a battle for this is a battle to not be last place, by the way, too. That's how single file this whole race has been so far here. Trying to get any battle you can. Try to go on and watch this area. Now Collins gets by Matt Haas and Pedro Lucas both off turn number 7. Meantime, the white flag has already flown for Keith Batson, so he has got 1 lap remaining in this race here. Cat Batson's still 0.7 of a second back of the leader right now, so barring any problems on the 88 truck, looks like Keith may have it made here, and it may be a 1-2 day for the Batsons. And remember, they were 1-2 one time in actually in the Castrol GTX Cup Series one time. And if I recall that battle correctly, Cat won that race over Keith. So Keith trying to get back at Cat actually in some ways there. But like I said, regardless of whoever wins, it's a family. It's a great day for the Batson family, I guess you might say. So they come off turn number 6 and turn number 7 now. They got one of the 2 hairpin corners out of the way. But it's still got turn number 11 left to go here. Quentin Moore is still running in 3rd. 4th is still Seth Cole, and 5th is still Dylan Young. There is Keith coming off turn number 9. Here comes off turn number 10, right there. And off for turn number 11 they come, and it'll be truck number 88. If he can survive this corner right there, he's got it made as they come off turn number 11. And it's a great day for the Batson family. Here, checker flag waves through turn number 12. Keith Batson wins at Sonoma. Keith Batson gets the win. His wife, Kat, comes home in 2nd position. 3rd will go to Quentin Moore. 4th to Seth Cole. 5th to Dylan Young. Daniel Bouchard comes home in 6th position. 7th will go to Nathan Ormond. 8th to Joshua Osborne. Excuse me. Cole Deaver came home to finish in 9th position. 10th will go to Matt McIntyre. Average speed 80.224 miles per hour. 11th place will go to Johnny Gardner. Carson Gum 12th. Kyle Matthews 13th. 14th will go to Zachary Fitzwater. Jesse Turner 15th. Stephen Colon 16th. 17th to William Brock. 18th to James Sykes. 19th to Lauren Schoen. 20th to Ashlyn Boyd. 21st will be Bale Moscow. 22nd will be Nathan Hudson. Then Rob Evans 23rd. 24th will go to Jacob Thibodeau. Diego Yepes 25th. Roberto Crown Jr. 26th. 27th will be Scott Upton. Then Phil Parker, Brad Stover, and John Andrews the top 30. Mitchell Collins, Pedro Lucas, Kev Shearer, Matt Haas, and Paul Minnick was the top 35. And I know some of you probably saw the ticker and thought, now why did Kev Shearer drop back to the back, you ask? Well, here's what happened to Kev. Kev Shearer was on his last lap of the race. He was running in 8th position. Everything was going okay for him at this point of the track right here. Hits the brakes for turn number 4. Things are going okay for him right there. And then the motor went sour, and the engine looks like it blew up on Kev coming off turn number 5. And he heads through turn number 6 really slow. So that was what happened to the number 54 Anthony Alfredo special. And Kev comes across the start-finish line to finish the race, though, albeit in 33rd position. But yeah. At least he finished. At least that was the main thing. But tough break right there. He got screwed out of a top 10 finish after that whole ordeal. So while that was going on, it's the Batsons finishing 1st and 2nd in today's race at Sonoma Raceway, as the first road race of the season is done. As we'll be heading to Charlotte Motor Speedway next on the tour for some nighttime racing under the lights at famous Charlotte Motor Speedway. And boy, it's always an exciting race too. When you get to that track, it'll be 40 laps of all out, no BS racing in that track. That is for sure. And so if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got NR races, we got gaming videos, we got NR online videos. Whatever the president of the NNSCRA, Seth Cole, desires for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, the main series on this channel, as well as some other people who does NNSCRA offline stuff, I should say, excuse me. They do online races. They do upload online races on this channel too, but as I was going to say, some other people who does NNSCRA offline races, such as Dylan Young, who does his NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series on his channel, X867530985AX, as well as also check out Thrash Maniac 99's channel. That's Levi McIntyre's channel. He's the man who does the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. So be sure to check out both those channels and their races in their series as well too. And also subscribe to those channels as well too, because I got some pretty cool stuff on there, as well as this channel as well. So that will do it here today at Sonoma Raceway. Congratulations again to Keith Batson, the winner here at Sonoma. So for now, this is James Cole. This has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We will see you at Charlotte.